topics covered in this lecture. In this video lecture, you learn with examples how relative referencing works in Excel formula. In this video tutorial, I shall discuss how you can use relative references to copy formulas. Look at this table. I am using the old table again. Say I want to find out the total sales of sedan car again. Select this cell. You can use sum function to find out the total sales. I input equal sign, sum, opening bracket, and select this range. I press enter. You see the result in the cell. Select the cell again. You see the formula in the formula bar. The formula is equal sum range B3 to B7. The formula of this cell is showing now below the cell. To find out the total sales of Honda, Toyota and Ferrari, you can use the same method. But I have little bit different plan. I want to copy the formula. Right click on the cell, select copy, select the next cell, right click and choose paste. You see the cell is displaying 1720, not 1920. And in the formula bar, the formula is equal sign, sum and the range C3 to C7. The formula of this cell is showing below the cell. Why this happens and how it happens? It happens as Excel copies and pastes formula relatively. Press escape. The test borderlines disappear. The formula of this cell is referring cells from B3 to B7. When I copy this formula to the next cell in the same row, it references cells from C3 to C7. So each cell is referencing the above 5 cells. I copy the formula again. You can choose any of the cell to copy your formula. I choose this cell this time and paste the formula in this cell. Double click on the cell to see the formula. You see this formula is referencing the 5 cells above it. So I guess you have got the idea how relative referencing actually works. Now paste the formula in these 2 cells. Double click on them one by one. You see how the formula is referencing cells relatively. Let's now find out the total cells horizontally, means area wise. I select this cell, type equal sign and sum, select sum, select the cells left and press return. Double click on the cell again. You see the formula is referencing the 4 cells on its left. Press escape in your keyboard. Now hover your mouse over the solid and small rectangle box at the bottom right corner of the cell. The mouse pointer turns into a sharp plus sign. Just double click. The formula is copied to the cells below. Now double click on every cell one by one. You see the formula is referencing the left side 4 cells relatively. So this is how actually relative referencing works. Let's now see how relative referencing works in non-consecutive cells. In this non-consecutive worksheet, you see the data of Marisa and Kausar's weekly consumption of milk, sweets and vegetables. We're going to find out the total consumption of the items in a single week. Let's find out the total consumption of milk at first. Input equal sign, sum. I select this cell and this cell. Press return. Double click on the cell. You see the cell is referencing this cell and this cell. The total milk consumption is 2 plus 10 equal 12. Now I copy this formula for all the cells in this range. Let's check the total vegetables consumption on Friday. I double click on the cell. You see the cells is referencing these 2 cells. Perfect. I double click on this cell. The formula is referencing cells relatively. Double click on this cell, this cell. So this is how actually relative references work. You have to understand relative, absolute and mixed cell reference concepts very well. In this video tutorial, I have touched only the relative cell reference. The other 2 will be discussed in the next video. These concepts are important to understand the Excel formulas. So master the concepts